Welcome once again to this episode of The Rumble. And I have today with me a professor, full-time professor. I normally don't get to call people professori like they say in the movies, but I have a professor. Her name is Sri Ranjini Sivasubramanian, and she teaches in the department, or she's the head of the Department of Human Rights at Ethiraj College. Now, it's not critical which college she teaches in, but that's the subject she specializes in. And when I first spoke to her, she said, "What do you want me to talk about?" So we said, we'll talk about, as I said, about something about Madras city. And you had something interesting to say about human rights and the city.
Yes, Madhav, you were talking about the erstwhile Madras in the good old days.
Yeah.
But when you spoke to me about Madras and asked me to talk about the good old days, what came to my mind right then was, interestingly, two case laws, two landmark judgments.
All right.
Emanating from people who had, filed a writ against the state of Madras. And I would say the judgment had far-reaching consequence on people all across the country.
That one judgment.
Both the cases
from Madras, as we say.
That I would like to talk to you is about A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, and the other one is Champakam Durirajan versus State of Madras. These were two cases which came to my mind when you were talking about erstwhile Madras.
Okay.
Champakam Durirajan's case is an interesting one. Here the petitioner is contended that she could not get admission into medical college because of the communal geo issued by the province of Madras. At that point of time, Madras had 330 seats in all for the whole state of Madras.
Oh, okay.
In medical colleges across the state. And the admission policy was based on a communal geo, which said that of the total number of seats, a certain number of seats, say 17 seats, were to be reserved for students of other states.
Okay.
And 12 seats were reserved for the discretionary quota of the state. And the remaining seats were to be distributed in accordance with the terms of that communal geo.
Okay.
According to the communal geo, for every 14 seats, 6 seats were to be reserved for non-Brahmin Hindus, 2 seats for Brahmins, 2 seats for backward classes, and 2 for Harijans, 1 for Indian Christian or Anglo-Indian, and 1 seat for Muslim. For a Muslim.
Delineated
that was
in
the
precise terms.
Precise
terms.
Yes,
this is it.
Mandated how the seats were to be apportioned.
Okay.
And this was the system which was to be practiced in the 4 groups of districts according to 4 groups
what
of
is the 4 groups
districts in the state. The state had
4
many districts, but the districts were clubbed into 4 divisions.
4, all right.
So Champakam Durirajan apparently made inquiries and was told that in spite of her high marks, she would not secure a seat in a medical college on account of the communal geo.
That has already been taken by
She challenged this by going to the High Court, and the matter went all the way to the Supreme Court. Now she
Which
said
year are we
that
talking? Which year are we talking?
We're talking
about?
of 1950.
Okay, just after independence.
Just after independence. And the constitution had come into force, and Article 29 Clause 2 said that every citizen has a right to be not denied admission in an educational institution receiving funding from the state.
Okay.
Only on grounds of caste, religion,
and a few other
etc.
criteria.
And so in this case, she said that her entry to the professional college was denied merely on account of the communal geo. And this was violative of Article 29 Clause 2 and also violative of Article 15 Clause 1, which says that the state shall not discriminate only on grounds of religion, race, caste, place of birth.
So whether the fact that you have something where they apportion the seats, isn't that itself fundamentally violative?
The communal geo was in place ostensibly to facilitate admission from people across different strata of society. And we also have Article 46 of the Constitution, which says that state shall make special provisions for people belonging to economically backward sections. But
so
that is only a directive principle, and
right.
The Supreme Court held that whenever there's a conflict between a directive principle and a fundamental right, the fundamental right will override.
Yes.
As such, the court upheld the contention of the petitioner. Now the Parliament responded by amending the constitution.
Was that again a political ploy?
It was not. I wouldn't call it a political ploy, but Yes, the members of parliament were very unhappy with the decision because they believed that the state must be in a position to make special provisions for people of backward classes,
Okay.
and therefore the constitution was amended. The first constitutional amendment sought to the insertion of Article 15, Clause 4, which says that the state can make special provisions for backward
So they
classes.
make one law and then do a clever little insertion and then
If-
change that again.
Yes, if
Is
you
that how
look
it is?
at, but as a student of constitutional law will be able to see how whenever there is a decision given by an apex court which is not quite liked by the parliament,
Or they promptly go
the
and,
next recourse would be to amend the constitution.
like what we are having now with the
Yes.
RTI Act and political parties,
Yeah.
the same thing is happening there
Exactly, the constitution is the supreme law of the country, and as far as India is concerned, the constitution has remained a very dynamic instrument
also. Yes.
and been amended so many times, and 97 times, and possibly more in the years to come.
So it's not the final say yet. We've not heard the last word on it. It'll keep on going.
Framing founders did not intend to have a final say for the
Let's
constitution.
keep shifting it as we go
That's
along.
right.
All right, so folks, so we just heard a little bit of it. When I come back in the second part, we'll do the other important law or case which he says was critical to the growth of our civil rights and all that.